Hey everyone, as always, Damon, Miller Prospecting.
Hey, what are you doing? Get out of my chair. Get up. Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt review time again. But this time I'm going to be reviewing some Sapphire Gem Paydirt, and more specifically, the mini miners bag from GemMountainMT.com. And going through two bags, or at least I'm not going to be going through two bags. Me and my son are going to be going through two bags. I will go through one of them, he will go through the other, and we're going to see which one of us can find the most sapphires out of our bags of Paydirt. Now, I did do this battle about 6 years ago where my son versed his sister with their miners pails. They don't sell those anymore. Now they sell their mini miners bags. But in that video, my son beat his sister by about 1 carat. And you can check out that video right here. Now for this battle, it's going to be me versus my son. And I need to thank all of today's sponsors, which are my Patreon members. So thank you all very much for supporting this channel, including my newest Patreon members, Jeff Gilreath, Stephen Curry, and Nicholas. So thank you three very much for joining my Patreon page and supporting this channel. And if you're interested in supporting this channel, you can go to patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. And now let's just flash up the description for these bags of Paydirt, go to the overhead, and check them out a little bit closer. As you saw, these Paydirts have a really good description. They tell you it is 3 pounds. It has added sapphires as well as some sapphire concentrates. Now, they also do come with gravel washing instructions, and these instructions also tell you how to go through the dirt after you've washed it to find these sapphires. Now, based on the description, these bags should weigh 3 pounds each. We're going to weigh them up. You got 3 pounds 8 ounces and 3 pounds 4 ounces. I will probably give my son the 3 pound 8 ounce because he might need the extra help finding the sapphires to defeat me. And now I am going to go wash these off very thoroughly, dry it out, put them in some pans. We're going to go to my kitchen table, and then me and my son are going to pick through them to see who can find the most sapphires. So we'll be right back. All right, we're all set up. I have classified the material down, +10, -10. I also removed all the material that was -40. If there's any sapphires, -40, you probably don't want them anyway. They'd be impossible to find. But this is what we got. We got some tweezers. I do have my cheater glasses here because I'm going to need to cheat. And I also have magnifying glass in case I got to cheat even more. But all right, let's get started.
I see your rolling hills turning green, your snow-capped mountains, what a beautiful scene. I feel your rivers cold and clear, Montana, I can feel you near. I rode out of Chester on a dun that was stout, said goodbye to the coolies, Lord, I wanted out. I was leaving, hell-bent for freedom, anxious for the new life that I'd be seeing. I miss your warm touch on a cold winter's day. I miss your sweet voice singing when the wind blows in May. I miss the harvest up on the high line, Montana, I wish you were mine. remember her soft hair, long as winter, her beautiful brown eyes, her loving heart within her. And I was a fool with my own selfish plans. Montana, can you forgive this man? I miss your warm touch on a cold winter's day. I miss your sweet voice singing when the wind blows in May. I miss the harvest up on the high line. Montana, I wish you were mine. A winter storm is rolling across Montana, like buffalo running wild and free. I reach down and tighten up my bandana, but she's gone, far away from me. I miss your warm touch on a cold winter's day. I miss your sweet voice singing when the wind blows in May. I miss the harvest up on the high line. Montana, I wish you were mine. Montana, I wish you were mine. Montana, I wish you were mine. I see your rolling hills turning green, your snow-capped mountains, what a beautiful scene. I feel your rivers cold and clear. Montana, I can feel you near. I rode out of Chester on a dun that was stout.
All right, we're going to go back through them again, opposite sides now, but off camera. So, too much recording, too long of a video. But we'll be right back. I will be downstairs in the studio showing you what we found. Well, me and my son finished picking through all of that Paydirt, and I have to say, I am not going to declare a winner. I didn't want anyone crying and being very upset because they still had to finish shooting this video, and because me and my son both missed so many Sapphires, it was crazy. After we went through the dirt, me and my daughter went through it again. We dumped it all into one big pile, went through it, and found probably just as many Sapphires as we had found earlier. So overall, I think we all were winners because we kept finding Sapphires every time we touched the dirt. And in fact, I know there was still some left in there. A lot of -21s we kind of ignored because they were too small and really weren't worth the time for us to do. But let's weigh up these Sapphires we did find. Now, each one of these bags was guaranteed 20 carats. So I should have a minimum of 40 carats in here. And I think I probably have some more. Well, there we go. We are definitely already over the 40 carats. And 97.95 carats. So right around 98 carats. And again, there's probably some we missed in there. So this is easily 2.5 times the number of carats that we were guaranteed. So I am pretty happy with that. And now let's figure out some scores for this Paydirt. All right, finished crunching my numbers, writing up my review, and let's get right to it. Now again, me and my son and my daughter went through 2 mini miners bag from Gem Mountain MT, and we had a ton of fun with this, but we're going to go through some numbers and show you how much fun, the value, and all that. So let me just flash that up on the screen right here so you can go along with me. Now the seller, of course, gemmountainmt.com, 2 of the mini miners bag. Now each one of the bags was guaranteed 20 carats, and as you saw earlier, I recovered 97.75, and I'm pretty sure it's easily about 100 carats that were in those 2 bags combined. Now the price for each one of the bags was $25. If I bought them individually, the shipping would have been $15 each, so $40 for 1 bag. But because I do combine shipping, when I bought 2 of them, the shipping was only $25 for both. So the total I paid for 2 of these bags was $75. And again, as you saw, we recovered 97.75 carats of sapphires. So for a value, I'm going to give it an 8. And one of the reasons I probably should maybe have given it a 10, because I did find a lot of sapphires. They were almost all either clear or the green Coke bottle type. There wasn't very many colored ones. And I have reviewed this seller in the past, and I've actually went through some of their Paydirt in the past with my son when he used to collect a lot, and those were off camera. And a lot of times you wouldn't find the majority of them being colored, but there was always a nice few pieces that were colored. And in this one, we only found 2 or 3 that weren't just the green or the colored. So it was kind of not as much fun when they're all the exact same. So for that, for value, I'm going to give it an 8, as well as fun factor, I'm going to give it an 8. For description, I'm going to give them a 10. They have a really good description on their website. It also includes the instructions on how to not only look for them, but also to clean the material. It is a very well thought out and well written guide once you get it. So for description, they're definitely getting a 10. For quantity and packaging, they're getting a 9. 10 for quantity because it was over the 3 pounds stated, and they're getting an 8 because it just comes in a really thick Mylar bag, but it's not double bagged or anything. It's just thrown in the box, so it could break. I don't think you would ever lose any sapphires, but it would be nice if they kind of double protected it. But they're getting a 9 for quantity and packaging. And lastly, for customer service and shipping, they're again getting a 9. I have it written down over here wrong. They're actually getting an 8 for customer service and a 10 for shipping. It did ship out incredibly fast, but the customer service can be a little slow. They are an open mind during the year, so I don't think answering emails is their priority. So you can fall behind a little bit on getting some questions answered. So for that reason, they're getting a 9 for customer service and shipping, giving Gem Mountain MT a total score of 8.8. Now, the last time I did review them with my son, I think it was my son and my daughter competed in the battle, it was a total score of 10. I gave them a 10 over everything. I really enjoyed it, but those times they actually shipped in little plastic containers and things like that. There was more colored sapphires, and I thought it was a better value. But an 8.8 is a really great score, especially for a gem Paydirt. So would I order this again or recommend it? Most definitely. Unfortunately, they seem to be out of stock. A lot of times when they're open, they don't actually sell anything online. Well, they're Paydirt anyway, so you really have to wait until they close down for the year once it gets too cold for them to actually have customers come in, and then they start selling the Paydirt online. Now, I will put a link below to where I purchased it from, because they removed the actual link off the website as well. And they did this when they had the pails. When they would go out of stock, they'd remove it off their website, and you couldn't find it unless you had it bookmarked. So I will put the link below so you can check out that bookmark. But I really do enjoy this Paydirt. I think it's a lot of fun because it will take you a really, really long time to go through it all. One of the problems with a lot of gem Paydirts is you get it, it's 3 pounds, but there's about 20 or 30 gems in there, and that's it. They're all really big pieces, and within 5 minutes you've found everything, and then you're just left with a giant pile of sand. This stuff has stuff all the way, like I said, within minus 20 and bigger. And like I have here, 6 pounds of it to get 98 carats. And I will be giving away this Paydirt. I will be putting it back into a new bag, putting all these sapphires back into it, and giving away on an upcoming Patreon show. But until then, and if you don't win it on Patreon and you want to buy some, I will put the link below. So when they get it back in stock, you can buy some. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button below.